As Taryn said, I believe that there's war on our small towns in America. Big money lawyers come in and I saw this firsthand in a Boonville where I was raised in northern New York. NIDA, Herkimer Waste Authority, came in and said, we're going to put a landfill on your Veterans Memorial Forest. And they did, because we didn't have the fire cover to fight it. So that lit a fire in me back when I was at high school. So I got pretty sick of watching my little town get heated up. And, I worked, the reason a lot of people don't know me in this town is I grew up on a dairy farm, went from milking cows right into working construction, worked all over New York State, put up a bunch of windmills, put up a bunch of roads, bridges. I know infrastructure, worked on Fort Drum, Fort Benning in Georgia. I know how to build roads. I know government waste. I saw it firsthand. I saw government jobs, state jobs, private jobs. I was held accountable in all these jobs as a foreman. I had 23 employees at one time. I had to make sure the quantities worked, made sure everybody's working, made sure we got the bottom dollar look good. We stayed, within budget. I had to get it within time restraints. I will do that same thing for Amenia government. I am not really afraid of anyone. I'm afraid of one thing, and that's God. So beyond that, they can all take a number. There is a war in this world, good and evil. I like to think that I stand for good. I only answer to one person. I believe, I want to stand in my faith, make sure that's what leads me in all these decisions. I will always do what's best for Amenia. Even if it's not best for me, I'm not going to put my political beliefs or anything. If I think something Amenia needs it, I'm going to do what's good for Amenia. As I said, I was a dairy farmer's daughter, grew up milking cows. There were no women's jobs, boys' jobs. I had to do all construction hammer foreman for 12 years. Now I'm a small business owner in Amenia. I pay taxes. I pay our town taxes. I pay so many taxes as a small business owner. It's pretty disgusting. That really bothers me. When people say, we're going to get this money for this, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, it's all taxpayer money. It's all come out of the bottom dollar. It's all come, whether we're taking it out of our back pocket and putting it in our front pocket, we're all still paying for it. So that gets my goat sometimes when people act like it's really not coming from anywhere. Another thing to do with my faith, I have to tell you, Gene Rebler called me on a Sunday night and said, we need another person to run for the town council. And I said, yeah, give me a few minutes to think about it. And I called her back like 10 minutes later and I said, yeah, God's been tapping me on the shoulder for the last couple of weeks about, instead of just complaining about the town, run and do something. So that's why I joined the race. I was like, I'll get in there, I'll throw my hat in the ring, see what we got. And, I really enjoyed it going house to house and meeting people. Like I said, it's a shame that I don't know more people, but it's the working all the time is like I just have my blinders on, going to work every day, have a business to run, have different things to do. It's the consequence of that is not knowing a ton of people in this area. I am not, a couple things that I'm sort of running on or something I don't want to see is I don't want to see Amenia lose its small town feel. Like I said, I grew up in a very small town, even smaller than Amenia, pretty much. I don't want high-density housing. I don't want anything that look like Eastdale. I don't want to be running into traffic. I don't want to see these mega buildings like coming into Amenia being like, well, who stuck that in the side of the room? There's ways to get some more affordable housing in this area where we're not under the parameters in New York State where they're going to tell us who's going to live in these houses. Like, we should be able to house elderly people starting out, blah, 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 something affordable where they're not like crushed. They're not house poor. They can't do anything else. They can't go out to eat. Can't afford, between healthcare, taxes, everything else, that's slitting their throats. I don't want to see anything like that happen. I would like to see affordable housing in Amenia that fits Amenia's people. And I also don't want, we've been hamstrung by a couple lawsuits in Amenia, and that's really scary to me. People that didn't do the right thing or accuse themselves. Like I said, I'll do what's right for Amenia. Maybe there's a topic that I'm not really keen on. It's not best for me, but I'm not going to strap every single citizen in Amenia with a $6 million lawsuit just because I got a grudge against somebody. Like, I got to know I'm asking money out of everyone else's pockets, and I get pissed when they ask for money out of my pocket. So I'm going to do the right thing for Amenia. Kind of crass. I'm a little rough on the edges, but right is right and wrong is wrong. I really don't give a crap. I don't think there's a lot of gray in it. So, like it or leave it, I'll get to the answer. You might not always like the answer, but I'll give it to you. And you can tell me I'm wrong, and I'm fine with that too. I'll listen. Please get out and vote. The last supervisor won by 30 votes. You know, is there a difference between Democrats and Republicans in this town? Sure, but it's only like 775 to 830. We just have, and there's NLPs. If we can talk for independent friends and stuff like that, we're going to be hitting all the NLP doors and stuff. 30 people. If everyone would have grabbed a friend and voted, it changes your local elections. People don't understand. They think my vote doesn't count. In local elections, it's 100%. You count. Every single vote counts. I mean, people win by 2 or 3 votes all the time. Have to vote. In closing, I just want to make sure that Amenia keeps its small town feel. I will fight for every person in Amenia, and I really don't care what party you're out of. If you're pro Amenia, pro humanity, pro us, I'm with it. So get out and vote.